Welcome back to Chase Field. Steve Berthune, Bob Brenly along the way, joined in our broadcast booth by Diamondbacks GM Dave Stewart, who just blew up the internet with a big trade. Bronson, Arroyo, and Touki Toussaint going to Atlanta. Phil Gosselin, the infielder, coming here. Tell us about the motivation for the deal.
Well, I mean, we've gone young with our starting pitching, and you know, Bronson's gonna at some point be ready to pitch this year, and I mean, it's going to create a situation similar to what we had in our outfield with Trumbo, where we're going to be trying to figure out who should be pitching and who shouldn't. This frees up an opportunity for us to continue to go young with our pitching, and you know, at the same time, we're going to free up some money in our next year's season, and this year we're going to free up some money as well. You know, we had a great draft this year as far as our starting pitching is concerned, relief pitching, college pitching, guys that will show up here in the big leagues pretty soon. And so it gave us an opportunity for a young pitcher who we hold high in regards. Touki, yeah. I mean, we think that he is going to pitch in the big leagues, but, you know, we've layered our upper levels pretty good so that, you know, if we're going to make a move, it would probably be at the lower level, a guy that's a little ways away.
What can you tell us about Phil Gosselin?
Phil Gosselin, my reports liken him to Turner in Los Angeles, a similar type player, utility type player, not that kind of power, but gaps power, a guy that's going to hit for average, and he's going to be a pretty good player. He's had a good track record in the minor leagues, and even until he got hurt this year, he was hitting in the 300s.
Dave, is it kind of odd to trade well, one player on each side on the disabled list right now?
You know, I don't know that that's happened, but it did happen today. You know, and Bronson Arroyo, a class act, great guy, has been outstanding with our young pitchers here, teaching them the ropes. But like I said, it was one of those situations where we had an opportunity to make a move to help our starting pitching situation here and going forward.
Well, there's a shortstop here that I know you like a lot, and Nick Ahmed, and Chris Owings is here, a former first-round pick. You've got Brandon Drury, a former Atlanta Brave, in the system and doing well at Mobile right now. Now you add Gosselin, Dansby Swanson, first-round pick. Seems like there's a lot of infielders right now. Have some options there.
Yes, I mean, and we're trying to build our system and get us back to where we've been in our system. We're trying to, you know, build players and build our minor league system and really give us a situation where we can have options.
Well, Chris Owings, who's absolutely smashed the baseball all night long, finally has something to show for it as he blasts a triple off the wall in left center field.
Well, he just decided not to hit it to third base anymore. That was a slider out over the plate and down. He went and got it. Really put a charge on it in the gap in left center. Melvin Upton had some issues out there on the warning track. CO was going to go for 3 anyway, but makes it easily after Upton falls down on the track.
Stu, the timing of the deal is interesting. Is there any particular reason why now, why today?
You know, these things happen when they happen. That's as best I can tell you. And in my short period of time in this seat, and even as an assistant general manager, and these deals happen when they happen. You get in a conversation about players, and when a team is ready to pull the trigger, or they have the deal where they want it, which we both were ready at this time, we pull the trigger on it.
Wellington Castillo down 0-2. This is an addition that seems to have worked out very well here, Wellington Castillo.
You know, unfortunately for us with Tuffy. But the good fortune is that we were able to make a deal and bring in a catcher that is capable of handling our staff, and you know, and we think he's going to hit at some point. He just hadn't had enough at bats with the Cubs or with Seattle. We think he's a great addition.
And he's shown some power already, you know, which is something you really like to see from those guys down there at the bottom of the order. A lot of issues early in the season getting some offensive production from the guys at the bottom, and Wellington Castillo and Jared Saltalamacchia at times is giving you a little sock down there at the bottom.
And I was going to bring up Jared's name. He's caught very well for us too, and he's done a great job.
Wellington Castillo gives it a run, and that ball is off the top of the wall. Owens scores, and Beef Wellington is in there with an RBI double. Dave, he's really shown some pop in that bat lately.
He's going to be a pretty good offensive player once he gets more bats under his belt.
Picks on a mistake that time. Tyson Ross left the fastball up and out over the plate. Narrowly missed a home run to right center. That ball bangs off the wall out there, putting the D-backs on the board.
Diamondbacks, who'd had just one hit through 6 innings against Tyson Ross, a Pennington single back in the 3rd, have back-to-back extra base hits with 2 outs here in the 2 outs in the 7th, and it's Pennington with Castillo in scoring position and a run in. Is there I know you just got the guy, so is there a plan for Phil Gosselin here moving forward in terms of the rehab, when he might be ready to rejoin the Diamondbacks either in a minor league start for a while or come up here?
Well, our reports say that he's ready. He should be ready to play and perform at the major league level August 1st. Okay. And that was conservative on their part. We'll have to get him here and do some evaluation, and once he's here, we'll have a better idea which direction we should go.
When I don't know if you did it or not, but when the organization contacts Touki and gives him the news, what was that conversation like? Can you tell us about that? I bet he was surprised.
I spoke with Touki, and I'm not too sure he was surprised at all.
Really?
Well, he didn't come across as being surprised. But in the conversation, obviously he's only been here a year, but we thanked him for his hard work and what he's done here. And I tried to explain to him as best I could the situation and how things took place. And the Braves organization, a good organization, so he's going to a place that has good tradition in developing players.
Yeah, they seem to really be rebuilding that ball club for when they open up their new ballpark in a couple of years.
Well, I know that they've been stockpiling prospects there, and I think they've got a pretty good idea of what they're trying to get done.
Moss snags that one. That's the end of the inning, but the Diamondbacks get a run. Dave Stewart, the D-backs GM. Stu, thanks very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.